Hey folks, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, about that. So, I've had a miserable 2020 so far. Really, it's more like the last 2 years have been sort of for me. So, and the reason for that is cancer in the family. Unfortunately, my dad lost his battle with cancer at the beginning of January of 2020. He'd fought it for about 2 years. He had non-small cell lung cancer, and then last year in 2019 it went metastatic, and we lost him at the beginning of 2020. It took him out pretty quickly, and obviously losing a parent is some deep pain. Like, it's really deep pain, and it kind of knocked me off my feet for about a month, but I wasn't completely normal even after that. So obviously over the last 2 years my video making has kind of dipped because of that. And right after my dad died, I lost two other people that were close to me, and just very subsequently. It all happened in a space of 2 months. It was very bizarre. Um, and of course, after and in the middle of that in February, I was sick with some of the worst sickness I've had in years. So it's just like 2020 is not nice. Not nice. And of course, now we're in the midst of a pandemic, so now it's really not nice for everybody. And good news is I've been by myself, had some time to sort of reflect and mentally heal after the hell that's gone on for most of this year and a little bit before that. So a couple of years before. So a lot of stuff has changed since then. I've still kept up with my computing hobbies and things like that. So you may have noticed that I'm in a new room. It's my bedroom. It's like right in front of the window. So what I did is I set up a table in here. I have a new gaming PC in here now. Well, not my new one. I just moved my Windows box over to here. And that Windows box, by the way, now is an A320 ASRock board with a Ryzen 5 1600. It used to have an RX 580 in it, but very recently I upgraded it to this, a RTX 2060. So I managed to get this just a few days ago. It's the RTX 2060 KO by EVGA, which is one of the cheapest options to get into the RTX line. And I didn't get it for RTX necessarily. I got it for NVIDIA optimizations of certain games, and because I needed a little bit better 1440p 60 hertz performance. It's obviously not the most ideal card for that, but it was one of the more affordable options for doing so. So I ended up getting this, and it has improved a lot of the NVIDIA optimized stuff I have that's kind of quirky and weird, and it actually takes advantage of the 6 gigs of VRAM, unlike the RX 580 I had that would sort of run out of GPU power before it could get to that point. So yeah, there you have it. RTX 2060. The competition to this would have been the 5600 XT, but I wanted to. Since this is a Windows box and I really don't have to worry about drivers as much, I figured, why not? Let's put a green GPU in here. So, gave that a shot, and so far it's been fine. Been playing games, and my frame rates have been a little bit more steady instead of jumping all over the place like they kind of did with the RX 580. The RX 580 I just moved into another computer that's Linux-based. So, now what that means is we have the opportunity to look at some RTX technology. Not that that's what I bought this for, but it's there, and the Minecraft RTX beta's out, so why don't we take a look at it, right? Now, I've taken a look at it already myself, and I know what's about to happen here, so, I've seen this before, and not only that, I've seen some videos on it too, so what I'm going to do is just showcase it here. So let me open Minecraft. Okay, I've got Minecraft started. OBS is a little bit weird about capturing this game for some reason, a little bit quirky, but I got it to work. So here are at the main menu of the beta. Now, in order to get this beta, you have to be part of, I think it's Xbox Insider Program, I forget what it is. But you need to own the Minecraft version that's in the Windows Store, that's the UWP build, and you need to be part of the Insider Program. And I believe it's the Xbox Insider Hub is the app that you need to download. I'm just double checking that right now. Yeah, yeah. If you have the Xbox Insider Hub, that allows you to sign up for the Windows 10 beta program for the UWP version of Minecraft. So you need that to get this. I found that out just from looking it up online. So if you have issues with it, that's what I'd suggest doing, because I followed some guides on there and it brought me right to it. So anyway, here we are in the beta. So you want to do RTX stuff in here, right? What's the first thing you do? Well, if you go to settings, where you'd think you could just turn all the RTX stuff on and off, you'll just have it grayed out and information bubbles next to it. And what it tells you is that you need a ray tracing world or a resource pack. So what's available in the beta, as far as I know right now, are worlds. So you got to go to the marketplace. And just right on the first page of the marketplace here, if you scroll down a little bit, you have all these NVIDIA provided RTX worlds, which are very tech demo-y. I gotta say, these worlds are dense, packed, and very tech demo-y. So they're going to be kind of hard on a GPU, whether you're using ray tracing or not. So I think with that in mind, we should get a baseline, right? So I have some of these worlds downloaded, and I've taken a look at a couple of them, and I'm going to show you about 3 of them. So let's have a baseline here. So what are we running? We're running an RTX 2060 KO, and that's just basically a regular 2060. It's not a super, it's just the original. So it's the bare minimum to get into this RTX world. And I think we need a baseline, and we should show a regular Minecraft world, what the performance is like on this 2060 without any of the tech demo-y stuff thrown in. So you can see that loaded in nice and smoothly. And what we have here is a smooth, steady 60 frames per second. Now, this is being run at 1440p on a 60 hertz monitor. So steady 60 frames is what I'm after here. And it looks beautiful. There's no dipping of frames really at all. Oh look, a donkey. This is what the water looks like. You know, everything looks pretty normal. This is how you'd expect Minecraft to look. Nothing unusual. And the performance is great, because this world isn't very dense. It's just kind of like a normal world that you would find, you know, in most places in Minecraft, without any fancy texture packs, without any mods, with nothing. It's just your standard Minecraft world, and a consistent 60 frames per second at 1440p on a 2060. So this is your baseline Minecraft performance, in my opinion. So if we get out of this and we go to one of the ray tracing worlds, you'll notice it's completely different immediately. Now, the first one I looked at was this Neon RTX. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Takes a while to come in, but here we are. Look at how much color and life that this world has. It's unbelievable. Especially here. The colors are a bit, I think, overdone and oversaturated, but I think that's part of the theme they were going for here. It was more of a tech demo, like overdo everything so you can really see what this thing does. Look at that sort of halo effect you have around the RTX logo there. There's like a green halo around it. So what RTX has done to Minecraft is introduced new lighting, new reflections, and I guess a little bit of texturing that's slightly different as well. So let me show you a portion that looks kind of shiny here. There's this stuff here. This reflective stuff here is very, very RTX. Like, this is what you'll see in a lot of other games that take advantage of it. You'll see reflections like this on things like your gun or something, or some water or whatever. But in Minecraft, you just see it on material. So definitely sort of tech demo-y in that way. But it also really changes the lighting in Minecraft a lot. In other games, you will see some change, but it's mostly in like a few lighting effects here and there, like the way the sun hits something, or yeah, like the shininess of water or a gun or something like that. It's more subtle, whereas with Minecraft, I think this is a really good example of RTX just because it shows off what the technology can do in a very in-your-face kind of a way. I mean, look at this. What are we looking at here? It's just like a light statue. It's a dove. Look at that. Huh, that's kind of cool. See, some of these worlds that they've come up with are just so neat. Look at that. Now, where you'll start to see quite a difference is when you turn RTX on and off. If I were to turn RTX off here, you will notice that it will just become a lifeless nothing. Look at that. Look how much less life this place has. The frame rate's improved slightly, but, well, kind of, but look how much less life this place has. It just, wow. So, we turn this back on. Might take a little bit of GPU power to really render everything back again. But yeah, the life just comes straight back. Although I think all the lighting isn't there anymore. Not sure at this point. But yeah, that halo around the RTX logo's back again. Now, some of you frame chasers may have noticed that the frame rate up top there is not good. It's in the 30s on this particular world. So, it went up to 40 there. But this is, keep in mind, this is a 2060. This is the entry level into RTX. But also keep in mind that when you go above this to something like a 2070 Super, it gets quite a bit better. You go up to a 2080 Super, it gets very marginally not worth the money better. So, even if you step up how high-end your GPU is, the tech is still so first-gen and so tech demo-y right now that it's really not something that I think would be very useful for gameplay. Now, other applications like Blender or something like that would be interesting to see. But for gaming, real-time ray tracing I think needs a generation or two to improve to the point where it will be usable. And DLSS is helping with that already. If I were to turn DLSS off on this map, which I will do right now with this upscaling thing here, the frame rate absolutely tanks, as you can see. DLSS helps it a lot. And without DLSS, you're getting less than 20 frames, like 18, 17. I've even seen it dip down to 10 on some other worlds. So it gets really bad really quick. DLSS is kind of a make or break thing for ray tracing. So the better DLSS gets, I think the better ray tracing will get. It improves the performance a lot. So this is usable. It's like it's averaging a little bit above 30 frames a second. So it's not bad. It's usable. It's playable. It certainly looks better than it would otherwise. So let's take a look at another world here. Imagination Island is a pretty cool one. This one gave me sort of a Disney vibe. I think you guys would enjoy it. At least for those of you that really like Disney, anyway. Grew up going to Disney World and stuff. Look how just colorful and nice this looks. Isn't that cool? Can't fly in this map. I can run around a little bit. There's a castle there. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. And I'll do the same thing I did on the other map. If I turn the upscaling down, this is a less busy map, I think, so frame rate's about the same. It's still like, 17, 18 frames a second. So it dips down a fair bit. And of course, let me turn upscaling back on and turn ray tracing off completely. this map still has some life in it, so depending on how you build it, it's not bad. But when I turn ray tracing off, I'm back up to towards 60 frames a second on a pretty consistent basis. It dips down, but not in a way that's super noticeable, and at least in Minecraft. But you can see this map still looks, or this I keep saying map. This world looks even pretty good without ray tracing. So this is just a really well designed map in general. But I'll just leave it here. Look at this castle and everything, and the Ferris wheel behind it. Just take that in for a minute. Now, let me turn ray tracing back on. Complete difference. Complete difference. A lot more fog, too, I've noticed. So, it really makes this game look next-gen. Look at this water. Look at the difference in the water. That is very ray tracing right there. Very indicative of it. So, I think this technology does have some promise. Like, it legitimately makes games like Minecraft look so much better. And if this technology is a little bit more universal, like AMD has an answer to this. I've heard them talk about having an answer to real-time ray tracing. I don't know about a DLSS type of technology. I don't know how open of a standard that is, or if that's just an NVIDIA thing, or what that's all about. But I think this technology has the potential to really make games step into the next gen as far as being pretty is concerned. And really the lighting, I think, is the biggest thing out of all this. The lighting looks so good. I mean, I'm genuinely impressed with how nice it looks. So, I think this is pretty cool, but at the same time, as much potential as this looks like it has, it's still in its early days. You know, this is first gen real-time ray tracing hardware. So, it's going to need some generations of both DLSS and of ray tracing hardware acceleration technology to really bring this to the forefront, I think. So, I think it's going to be a while before this is really a huge benefit in gaming. I think it will be one of these days, assuming they keep at it. I'm not convinced that was sort of the case with tessellation on the AMD side of thing a few years ago, but this RTX is genuinely impressive in the sense of a tech demo. Here's another world we're going to take a look at. This one's more of a sort of a tribal feel to it. Or it has more of a tribal feel to it. This one, the water in this really shows off RTX a little bit, I think. Look at that. Look at those reflections. You can see the sun sort of in the water there. Is that what that is? Yeah. This world is really pretty with RTX turned on. Just look at the reflections here. Hell, just look at yeah, look at that. There's a big boy just sitting there, being a big old lizard boy. Just look at that. It looks so good. And if you turn RTX off, it'll just look like traditional Minecraft normally does. Let me demonstrate that real quick. Although before I do that, let's give you an idea of the frame rate. It's like around 30 here, I'd say. So, I'll do the same thing I did before. And I will turn off DLSS. And the frame rate, yeah, this is the one I was talking about earlier. The frame rate dips down to like 14, 13 frames per second. It's really not good. Really not good. It still looks pretty, but it just runs like crap. And if I turn ray tracing off completely here, you can see the life of the map is basically gone. Looks like Minecraft, like you'd expect Minecraft to look. Like here's all the crops and stuff. This would look like you'd expect it to look. And the water looks very Minecrafty again. So, there you have it. I mean, the frame rate in this map, this is a pretty dense map, so the frame rate's not good anyway. But you'll notice it actually jumps around a lot more on a dense map like this without any of the RTX stuff on. So the performance is closer to without DLSS. So I'm wondering how much DLSS is carrying the performance here. mean, obviously on maps that aren't a huge tech demo, I think the performance will be a hell of a lot better. Like, there's 11 frames per second. Ay, ay, ay. So with RTX on, it actually does perform a little bit better on a dense map like this. So that's kind of interesting to see. Not quite sure what that means for the technology, but that's interesting to see. I think really all that's showing more than anything else is that there's definitely some hardware acceleration going on with the RTX stuff. So as this improves, I think it will make more of a difference. But yeah, look how much life this map has, or this world has, with ray tracing turned on. That's incredible. So there you have it. That's sort of my showcase of the Minecraft RTX beta. I think this game, more than any other, really gives you an idea of what this technology could do for the future of gaming, assuming that NVIDIA and AMD decide to really pursue the real-time ray tracing thing. I don't know how much AMD pursued tessellation back when they really introduced that, but this ray tracing, I think, really has the potential to be sort of the push to next-gen looking graphics. And I want to see AMD's answer to this and how well that performs. And I'd like to see... I'm really not sure how much of an open standard, or if it's even open at all, how much of a standard DLSS will be. Will AMD have to come up with their own version of that? Or will DLSS be an open standard? Whatever happens there, that remains to be seen, I think. Some of you may know about this better than I do. But, yeah, I think this has potential. I really think this technology has potential. And keep in mind, we're looking at this on the very low end. The 2060, the entry-level RTX card. So imagine 2 or 3 card generations from now, what this could look like. We could be seeing over 100 frames per second if we're lucky. So that would be really cool to see. The tech is neat, but it's clearly first gen and it's in its early days, so it's got a long way to go. We've made a lot of progress and we have a long way to go. It's one of those type of things. So definitely very cool though. Definitely had a lot of fun looking at this, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So for those of you that haven't really seen an honest look at this, other than the very polished YouTube channels, let me know what you think of this. I think that this is the best way to show it off, personally, other than those games where you just see like a reflection off of a gun or slightly different subtle lighting. This is really in your face, man. I think utilization of this, as if it goes up in the future, could really be something cool. So let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments, whether this would convince you that real-time ray tracing is an option as it improves over time. Hopefully on not just the NVIDIA side, but also AMD has technology like this introduced as well, which I think they're working on. So we'll see that eventually, I hope. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. I personally think it's pretty cool, but it's really in its early days and the tech demo-y side of things still. So maybe sometime this decade we'll see some improvements roll out. We'll see some of this technology really come into its own, and a lot more games and software take advantage of it. I'm interested to see what it does outside of the gaming realm for things like CAD and 3D modeling, 3D rendering with Blender and 3D Max and programs like that. I want to see what it does for that as well. It's not really my forte, but I'd like to see some videos out in the YouTube world of what that can do. So that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. So this has been the tech demo of RTX. So that has been the Minecraft RTX beta. And I think that really shows off what this card can do. It's not necessarily what I bought this 2060 for, but the fact that it's there, it lets us at least play with it, right? And that's really what my idea was here. I just wanted to showcase it to you guys, for those of you that haven't seen it, or just to give you guys an honest look. I think some of the more dense tech demo-y worlds on there, pushing the GPU by itself, maybe bias it a little bit. I'm not really sure. Let me know what you think, I guess. But yeah, there you have it. That was a little look at RTX and what it can do. Other than RTX, this 2060 has been a great upgrade from the RX 580 for playing most of the games I usually play with my friends. So that would be things like, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, War Thunder, World of Warships, Killing Floor 2, Halo Master Chief Collection, things like that. It's been pretty good for that, actually. So, been getting the steady 60 frames that I desired out of most of these games. The one that's really pushed it the most, actually, so far has been these tech demo-y Minecraft worlds. So that's kind of surprising to me. So yeah, other than the RTX being very entry level and first gen, it's been a good card so far. For those of you that have been thinking about looking at the 2060 KO. And on the AMD side, the equivalent of this would be the 5600 XT, for those of you that really are into AMD right now. So that's sort of the level that you're looking at. Anyhow, there you have it. Hopefully this has sort of gotten my momentum back as far as YouTube's concerned. I mean, you can hear by the way I'm talking, my spirits are kind of up again. I'm feeling more like myself, so I've got some material for the future as well. I've got computer updates, some audio gear updates, and maybe some electronics repair, and a few other things sprinkled on top. So, believe you me, I haven't run out of content. So, hopefully my spirits stay up and we can get this YouTube stuff back in a rhythm. And it's good to see you guys again. I hope you're all coping well with the pandemic going on, and you aren't going too stir crazy. I'm doing fine. Honestly, emotional recovery from the hell that's been this year. Sitting alone for a while has actually helped that for me personally. So I hope you guys are staying safe out there. You're wearing your masks. You're taking all the precautions, and you're taking the pandemic seriously. Stay home and play Minecraft RTX with your friends. I hope you're doing your due diligence and not getting everybody sick. So, yeah, there you have it. More to come in the future, obviously. Maybe less tech demo-y than this, more along the usual lines of videos. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a bit of a departure. I thought that would be appropriate for a bit of a comeback. So, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to reach me on social media, those links are down below. And if you'd like to join our Discord community, that link is down below as well. So, I will see you guys later. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.